Hey everyone, new season is here. Didn't get a chance to do a video beforehand, cause I did not get a red skull. Unfortunately, because Arnim Zola is the one that gives out covers for him, and my Arnim Zola is one cover away from getting a cover for Red Skull. So, we're gonna save up for the Red Skull store. And I know we're going to open up some packs here. So let's get into this. Am I going to level everybody up on the call? On the recording? Do we burn through everything here? I might just do 100, just to be safe. So I'm just going to let that run. And we're going to talk as everything's going. Game is still buggy, sadly. I know people are having issues streaming. I know P.I. McLeod was having some issues with his. I know the in-game chat is still super buggy, where it has all the pluses in between everyone and everything as you're trying to converse with your alliance mates. I know it took a little while for the shield stuff to go in. I know when the boss event started and the new PvE started, there were some issues with it starting, so they added like some extra time onto it. So again, we're just going to do 100 and see what we get. This is just to build up command points, so when the Red Skull store opens up next week, I got enough command points. And again, it's anniversary season, so all of my hero points are going toward the 1200 10 pull store on that as well. I do already have all these folks that are in here leveled up. But like I said, I want to roster Red Skull. I want more command points for Red Skull. And again, we're going to see if we can get some other folks flipped around on this as well. I started a new schedule at my job. Ooh, got some bonuses, so we're going to see how we did with 100 pulls. If I get any extra latest legendaries, we're not going to dump them. But, look at that! That is our third person at 550. Now, I know a lot of people use folks like Aunt May, Golden Oldie, Emma Frost, people like that, when it comes to their top-of-the-line 5-star. But I use Shang-Chi all the time. I use Kang all the time. I use Jane Foster Thor all the time. My next highest 5-star is Okoye. So I think that's who we're going to do next. If you have a better suggestion, let me know, because I ain't going to open up any more packs here right now. But let's go through everything here. Let's get everyone leveled up. As you see, I do have a lot of ascended folks. So again, hopefully this won't take too long going through everyone here. But I do have a spreadsheet that I notate all these things on. Oh, and another thing that's good that's happening. This Monday, the cycle for the 4-star crash starts over again. So we're back to the top of the order. People that did not get a chance to get in there that have been in the game for a long time and just haven't had an opportunity for a crash. It's starting off the thing with MODOK. And again, I do have an obsessive list, of course, I know you might be surprised by this, of everyone that is available, who they fight, when the last time, and also I keep track of when they should be added to the 5-star crash. But again, it looks like we're going to start adding some folks again. I'm very excited. Anything new. But again, I won't even say for sure, because I remember last time that there was a anniversary, and it was close to an anniversary, instead of doing who would be next, which in this case is MODOK, who is the one that they're teasing for the next Crash, but that don't mean we are actually going to get MODOK for the next Crash. Because sometimes during Anniversary, they'll flip things and they'll move your limited characters, your Spider-Hams, your Taskmasters, your Howard the Ducks, your Devil Dinosaurs into that slot for the Anniversary. Now, whether or not they're going to do it this time or not is another story, but let us see what they do. I am excited to see what happens come Monday in regards to who we are going to get in the Crash. And again, I'm just leveling people up, throwing covers into folks that need 4 to get to that next level. Updating the spreadsheet for this sort of thing. How is everyone liking the Shield clearance level 10 update that they did? I know for 2 of the 3 things we were having an issue where it wasn't letting you play a 4th node of the 3 of 4 against folks, which is frustrating a little bit, you know. We all want the game to work properly. And, you know, hasn't been working properly for a while. I know they finally fixed PvP, where it's not just all, I call them jobbers, you know, like, CPU teams. But I did come across a bunch of them last night going through the Shield Simulator, which was interesting to see. I maybe got about 6 or 7 hits on those. And again, I know folks also are big fans of Nova as well, but again, hey, I got her pretty high covered up already, so I don't know if I need to favorite her. Like I said, when we're done here, we're going to get Okoye favorited, so when I start opening up stuff for the Red Skull store next time around, we have her ready to go. Oh, that's right. In my mind, he's Ronin, subname Hawkeye, but he's Hawkeye, subname Ronin, when I'm looking at my list here. And like I said, any new latest Legends that we have are just going to go on the pile. I just wanted this one to be a nice, clean 100 pulls. But yeah, so I was mentioning about the Shield clearance levels. Those are hard. And I think it's just because they jacked up how many hit points those characters have. And that just makes the battles go a little bit longer. Still gotta pummel them. Still gotta go through them. Why I like Kang, because you could just send them to the negative zone. And I know it's not called the negative zone, but you know what I mean. The Phantom Zone, that's what it's called in DC. I'm a comic book person. So that is that. Right before we went live, where I live locally, they just announced that World Wrestling Entertainment SmackDown is coming back to the area. The last time that they were there was not this past May, but the previous May. I have kind of fallen out of love with WWE. I'm more AEW, Indies sort of guy, but my little nephew is still a big WWE person, and of course, dead center, smack dab, right on the announcement, is Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, his 2 favorites. So I am fearing what those prices are going to be. Where I live is not a major market location for the World Wrestling Entertainment. Back in the day, not to dox myself or anything, but back in the day, we were absolutely a C or D town, which is like the bottom of the barrel, folks. And WWE ticket prices are astronomical these days. So that's a thing where, like, it would be me going, my brother going, his 2 little kids, and then if my wife wants to go, my son wants to go, his wife wants to go, you're now up to 7 or 8 tickets. And 2 tickets is pricey, let alone 7 or 8. I did mention to him great Christmas gifts for the kids. We'll see, but we have to wait until the tickets go on sale on Wednesday, as of this recording here. And again, we are getting to the bottom of the barrel, folks, here. And I don't mean that in any suspect thing of who and what these characters are and what these characters can do. But again, they are the lowest folks that I have. And that's what I mean. A lot of these people are really good. And again, you know, you gotta roster everybody, you gotta champ everybody. That is the way of the game for me. Maybe it is for you. And I actually just had a friend of mine who was in one of my previous alliances, who was a long-time player, started when I did. I'm right before the 12 years started up. Ooh, look at that jump. Nice, nice, nice. But he had an issue where his son tried to start his own account and ended up wiping out his account. That was an almost 12-year-old account. And he's like, yep, that's if that's not a cue for me to be done playing the game, I don't know what is. And I was like, oh, well, maybe your son can play. Maybe he could just take over from where you left off, where you were playing in the other group. But no, he's like, nope, I'm done. I get it. And I know a lot of people feel that same way as well. You know, fatigue of any game is real. And we all have to be mindful of that for yourself and your teammates. If somebody comes and says, I'm done playing, I've had my fill, you know, respect their wishes, keep a spot open. We had somebody who was in one of the alliances many, many years ago, and they found their way back to this alliance, just by happenstance. And they were welcomed back with open arms. And, you know, I would never boot anyone for somebody old coming to play, but if you ask nicely, maybe I will. Again, so now we are down to non-champed folks. Or non-ascended folks. Hey, there's some Okoye shards. And I will deal with all these folks on the spreadsheet at a later date because I am kissing up to almost time for me to get back to work. I work from home, so I got to get back to work here shortly. I use Spider-Man India all the time. He is my favorite web tile maker in the game now. I don't know what about him. He just seems to do it at a higher rate than all the other folks do. And that makes me happy. Because I love Spider-Man. I loved the Into the Spider-Verse movies. That's what caused me to get a Blu-ray player. I did not own a Blu-ray player until the second one came out. And I got them both for myself as a treat, for me. And that's what finally made me get into that age for things. Took me a long time to get there, but I did. Like I said, I'm going to deal with the spreadsheet later, but the last and most important thing that we're going to do with this is I'm going to save Zola for last. We're going to worry about those folks later. There's our cover. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to keep Arnim Zola favorited as long as we can, as long as he is spitting out shards for the Red Skull. Let's recruit the Red Skull. And let us see what I got on shards for him. That's it. Oh, no, look. Okay, so we're just going to get him up to this. We're going to update the deal to show that he's rostered, and let's hope we get more for him. Thank you very much, of course, for watching this. We'll do another video when the Red Skull store opens up. Be sure to check out P.I. McLeod and all of the stuff that he does with Marvel Puzzle Quest. And thanks again for watching.